Right now, I want to get to Laura Italiano, senior correspondent for Insider, and she's joining us from New York City. Laura, a lot of people have been following our coverage on this, maybe wondering, why is this taking so long for us to get a decision on whether or not former President Trump will be criminally charged? But you say that's the wrong question to ask. Why is that?
Hi, Jay. Yeah, it is a question that's on everyone's minds these days, right? Everybody following this closely because we've been reading for 3 weeks now about the grand jury being close to being done. And then 2 weeks ago, we heard that the final witness, Michael Cohen, was going to be testifying. We got 2 weeks ago, we got a delay then last week about by another surprise defense witness. Then there was a pause for the rest of last week in the testimony. Now a prosecution final witness, as you were just saying yesterday. So we are seeing so many stops and starts in this case. Former prosecutors from Manhattan tell me it's unprecedented for us to be hearing about all of these ups and downs, these new witnesses, surprise witnesses, delays, reconvening. Normally, all of this stuff happens in secret. And that's why, it's seeming like it's taking forever, but it's really just taking as long as it's going to take.
So you're saying this is pretty unusual for this to happen. Is it because it involves a former president?
Well, it's crazy, right? You've been covering this. I mean, we have witnesses, grand jury witnesses holding press conferences, sometimes on the DA's, front doorstep. We have defense lawyers going on television almost every night. The former president himself is, been, as you know, very, very vocal about this. You never see this. Usually grand juries, I'm told, are quite boring to the rest of us. We may know that there's one going on. We may hear from a witness or two coming out, but usually they're a black box, and this has not been that.
Do you ultimately see even just the news around this potential indictment hardening or softening the support for former President Trump? Because, frankly, he gave a rally in Waco, Texas over the weekend, and there were thousands of diehard supporters there. So he does have at least a portion of the Republican Party still behind him, and just a question of how much.
We saw on Hannity last night, yeah, he's using the phrase election interference, which was used against his campaign or was referred to against his campaign back in 2016. So, yeah, I mean, I think the NYPD and other law enforcement in New York City are at the ready. And I bet we will see protesters coming into New York, but I think Trump's going to find that his more far-flung supporters may be priced out of Manhattan. It's a tough town to get a hotel room in. It's a tough town to park in.
I can speak to that. Yeah, no kidding. Real quick before I let you go, you are with Insider. Insider's been doing some incredible reporting on this case here in Manhattan, reporting recently that the district attorney's office has been targeted with a ton of harassment. Insider saying the DA's office has been inundated with angry callers parroting Trump's rhetoric against the prosecutor and hurling racial slurs. Bragg, of course, is a black man. Can you provide any more insight to our viewers about that reporting? I know it's not your story, but are you learning anything else on that front?
Well, I mean, I think it's to be expected, given the fever pitch that the grand jury's target himself has been setting here. I mean, the racism claim is something that Trump first floated a year ago. He's also called the district attorney, Alvin Bragg, an animal, and he's warned of death and destruction. This is where we're at with this, and of course you're going to get packages of envelopes of white powder and bomb threats called in. All of these have been hoaxes. No one has been in any actual danger down there where you are in Lower Manhattan. But it's unsettling, isn't it? And it's all wrong.
Yeah. Definitely some scares for the DA's office, and for sure some racially charged language, in addition to what the former president has called Stormy Daniels, calling her horseface. So going for some attacks there for his opponent. Laura Italiano, senior correspondent with Insider.
Stormy gives as good as she gets.
Real quick.
Read her Twitter feed.
Yeah, she's definitely fighting back, that's for sure. Laura, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you coming on the show.